It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at Marvin Jones. He went well over 100 yards a week ago and found his way to the end zone. It's the Jaguars and the Eagles, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Hurts throwing right away. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So here are the Jaguars in great field position already. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
It was really sudden after the first play picked off. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So really a nice drive there for the first points of the game.
And how about the fact that it was a run by the wide receiver to get him into the end zone, Brandon? You know, these guys, we know they're not afraid to open up the playbook. And they showed it to us right there on the first drive.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Floating one, incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Hurts fumbles it, and the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And it's now 14-0.
Logan Cook, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jacob finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, Jacob. Touchdown! Christian Kirk. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Let's go, fellas. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Santoso now for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts at the controls, ready for their next possession. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Throwing to start the drive. Jacob. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he's stopped at the Eagles' 20-yard line. They'll run with Etienne. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Extra point try now for Santoso. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit out a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
This is old man remembers. When I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
A 55-yard attempt.
And this is on target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
23 yards the pickup there.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jacob. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. You got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off play action. Jacob. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down. Jacob got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. They run the draw here with Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. James Robinson on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars have taken a 5-touchdown lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
second and 10 at the 25.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Pascal's got it. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Buying time to his left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. James Robinson and the rest of the Jags offense set to go to work once more. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. Now they see no sense trying to press here. They take the knee and going to get this one into the locker room.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's go get it. Let's go.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin out in Houston, and it is the Chargers who have the lead in that one. Josh Palmer, a touchdown reception. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. second half begins with a run by Robinson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Again, it's Robinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jacob. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Eagles 7. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Darius Williams, the one there defensively.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit of a play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away. Throw over the middle, pulled in here by Farrell. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Hand off now to Robinson. And some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 116 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll run with Robinson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jacob. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Santoso now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that Hurts fumbles it.
And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Robinson with another carry. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Jags, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.